If you think you've had the worst first date, I promise you after you've seen Drop, you'll be like, yeah, nothing's almost as bad as that. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're discussing Drop. This is about a widowed mother's first date in years, and after taking a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with random, ominous, threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. This is again directed by Christopher Landon, who has done films like Happy Death Day 1 and 2, and Freaky, and I just find both of those films to be so much fun. Happy Death Day deals with like Groundhog Day, but in the horror genre, and Freaky is Freaky Friday, but with a serial killer. And Drop is a Hitchcockian thriller dealing with airdrop. And on like paper, that kind of seems a little silly. And while Drop does have its silly moments to it, it is a really fun mystery thriller that kind of keeps you on edge, guessing along the way, and just wanting this girl to have a good time. I think for me, that is what really impressed me and what I had fun with Drop. I think this is one of the best date night movies for 2025 so far. So if you're looking for one of those films, this is definitely right up your alley. Definitely leave your thoughts down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get straight into this movie review, which, just starting with my pros, the performances, I thought Meghann Fahy, I might be mispronouncing that, but she was fantastic as Violet in here. As the main lead, and especially someone who's dealing with a lot of grief and certain things that is going on in her life, and really how she's just trying to do the best for her own son, but at the same point in time trying to do the best for her. I really like how they struck a chord with that, and easily, while in very simple terms, the character could be surface level in terms of everything that it's trying to make you care about. It's quick, it's efficient, and it gets you right into where you're not even looking or looking back at that. You're just going along for the ride. If her performance wasn't as good, you wouldn't be able to care for this, or even care for her son, or care for the stakes that are involved within this story. Brandon Skinner is really good in here. He's charming, he's handsome, of course, but he's very much just one of those actors that, like, as you're watching, you can easily just delegate all your thoughts and feelings to, and you can understand why Violet is also coming off to him. I thought he was really good. And again, mysterious enough to the point where you're still trying to figure out who done it. Was it him or was it someone else? That's kind of one of the fun aspects, is it does lay out so many different people. A restaurant's a big environment, especially one that's like 36 stories up. And with all these different characters that they introduce right off the bat, you're able to have a fun time and understand that, oh, it could be this person, it could be this person, it could be this person. Reed Diamond, Gabrielle Ryan, Jeffrey Saff, Ed Weeks. I mean, the list goes on and on from there, but there's so many different pieces to this puzzle and fun ones that you can play around with. That was like the fun part of this, is it's a whodunit. In the sense, you're trying to figure it out before the film actually reveals it to you. For me, I didn't figure it out, and I think that is a good piece of the mystery. And as it layers and tinkers up and then layers back, oh, this is how it all came out to be, I overall liked it. Now, I think it goes a little bit too bombarded with, like, this is the reason why, and it makes sense in the end of the day, but I think it went a little bit too far out there. But also, you're not really thinking about that. This is the film that just strictly wants you to have fun, and Drop very much makes you have fun and keeps you on the edge of your seat. And if it's able to suspend that, you can suspend your disbelief for just a little bit, especially when it comes down to the third act, which for me, I thought started to go a little bit too far out there. But then I had a lot of fun with it, and I just kind of came back and I was like, yeah, this is just a good time. As well as Christopher Landon's camera angles, camera style, the way that he shifts the camera and moves it, it always makes for a very fun time, and I think Drop is one of the more inventive times that he's been able to do with things like that. Environment, the production design, everything of that nature, I think Landon just really really much created it in a fantastic way as a director. Now, as it comes to my mix and my cons, one of the biggest things that I can say about this film is I do think the pacing is a little bit hair off here and there. Sometimes I do think it took a little bit too much time, and in particular, I wish they spent a little bit more time or changed certain things with the airdrop nature of, like, how threatening it was. It's very much all reliant on her, which keeps so many different options open. But the threat of that sometimes made me go, okay, this seems a little bit too cheesy. Again, the film just wants you to have fun, so I can't harm it for that. I find Drop is just a great date night thriller. As always, Landon takes a fun premise and twists it into the best time at the movies. I thought the performances were good. I thought this was a fun movie. It didn't blow my mind. It's not one of the best films of the year, but it's a film that I would say, yeah, that's a must-watch in theaters. It's the suspense up. It keeps it having fun. And overall, I had a blast with Drop, and I can't wait to watch this with my wife when we get to do date night in the future. So with all that said, I'm going to give Drop a B. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching this. Make sure to hit like and subscribe button, comment down below your guys' thoughts, and of course, until next time, stay classy.